Looking for a way to save time? This video is your solution. See how to create specialized bots tailored to your specific church needs. To get started with creating your own specialized bot for your specific church purpose, you'll need to first access the prompt to do it. You'll need to just find the link within the YouTube description that links to this blog. Once you have that link, which is the ChatGPT prompts for churches, click into it, then scroll down to the table of contents. Also, the link says ChatGPT prompts. However, these prompts work in any AI system. Look for the prompt enhancers. We have the prompt enhancer bots right here. This can be an easier way to use it. What's handy about the prompt enhancer bots is that they are preloaded with these instructions. And because they're preloaded with the instructions, you get less variance. There are two of them right here, the premium for ChatGPT. You need to be a premium ChatGPT user to use this. That does cost about $20 a month at this time. If you don't want to get ChatGPT Premium, that's fine. You don't need to. You can access the one from Poe. You only need to sign up for an account with that one. It is free. Both of these use an enhanced version of this prompt. You can use this prompt on any AI. To use it universally, simply copy and paste the whole thing. Once you have that, go into a large language model of your choice. Many will probably want to use ChatGPT for this prompt, and it can work with ChatGPT, the free version. However, I have noticed the most quirks with ChatGPT, particularly when trying to create a prompt enhancer or a bot creation tool like this. What it usually wants to do is to not respond as a bot like the other tools will. In this case, it just creates a bot for vacation planning. The way I've got it to work is to fill in these specific fields. So you would need to actually specify what task you want here, define the audience, set the objectives, explain what prompting technique you want it to use. You can select really any one of them, it'll work. But I like the other AIs a little bit better because they provide more step-by-step instruction in helping you create an advanced bot. The whole purpose of it is to not have to be an expert on advanced prompting techniques. So if you're going to build prompts that can be used as bots in any AI, you'll likely have the best results by going to Poe or another tool. Within Poe, I've found that pretty much any of these seem to work pretty well. The Assistant, Claude 3, Llama, they all provided a lot better results. In this case, I'm going to try Llama, which is owned by Facebook. I also like Claude 3 Sonnet. That is what our bot is based off of, the free one. This one responded the way it is intended. It walks you through the process of creating a bot. In this case, you don't have to go step by step. You can just give it some details. But the key ones you really want to have are what does the bot do, what is the end result, and what steps should be taken. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to try a test prompt here. I had this prepared ahead of time. One of the things that I find churches could use help with is advanced copywriting techniques. Givers are bombarded with donation requests, making it harder for appeals to stand out. The other issue is that many of these nonprofits have big budgets, they have advanced copywriting, and it's a little harder to get your message and compete. So this tool will be designed to help with that. I need a bot that can help take a church giving appeal rough draft and make it more compelling using the principles outlined in your database of persuasive copywriting knowledge. The text should be soul-stirring, moving, and persuasive. You will first ask for the giving appeal rough draft, and the user will provide it. Then you will use your knowledge as a copywriting expert to make it more persuasive. So this prompt has what it's about, what the end result is, and the basic steps. I'm going to click send message. And now it responded. It says, what a wonderful idea. I'd be delighted to help create a bot that can enhance church giving appeal draft. Let's get started. It pretty much is just clarifying what I want done. The best thing to do is just read through it, make sure it is going to perform the way you want it to perform. To me, it looks like it is going to perform the way I want it. And in this case, it will help it to have a rough draft to start with. One of the things that's very useful for an advanced prompt is to have a optimal example that the tool can write for. A lot of the prompts we create have an optimal example that they can use to strive for. Because I don't have the time to create a letter right now, I'm just going to use one of the templates we created. If you want these templates, we'll link to them in the description. There are 105. All these are designed to be persuasive, but we can make them a little bit more persuasive. Writing's a process, and we can always improve. I'm going to go to 21 right here. Fall's coming up. It's a pretty important season for donations for churches. It seems like a good one for me. Enter 21 in here. And I have a pledge drive letter. This one's a little short, so I want to get more detail, make it a little bit more compelling. I'm going to copy the whole thing and then go back to the bot that I was working on. Here's my rough draft. If you're using our letters as a base template to enhance them, let's say you want to use this prompt to create more appealing letters and emails. You may want to put your church name in here and your individual details in the bracket. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to leave it in the bracketed template format. Now it has rewritten it for me. I like this example. The final thing you're going to need to do, especially if you're going to use it the most universal way, is add a little bit more text. Let's say you want to use this prompt over and over again, and you can't save it. Maybe you'll close out of this window. You'll want to make sure you have the prompt saved and with this example. If you want to keep creating appeal letters for every occasion, you can do that. You could continue to go into this and say that I want a revised version of this Easter message right here, or Easter sample template, or Thanksgiving letter template, really any one you want, and you can have it rewrite it in the even more compelling style. Or let's say you have a lot of saved drafts yourself and you just want to rework them. You can simply put those drafts in. Depending on the AI you use, you may want to go back to this prompt at a certain time. What's nice about a lot of these platforms, if you have an account, it will save the chat, but you'll have to go back and find it. If you use the prompt too many times, it will forget your original parameters. So it is useful to have a predefined prompt that you can save on your computer, perhaps in a Word doc. To get that, you'll just need to prompt it in a specific way one last time. For this, I put, okay, that's great. Can you create a full bot using the details in this chat to make this repeatable in any AI? You want it to work with any AI, because what I've noticed with AI for the last year or so is that new models keep coming out and you may want to try them. Especially each new model is releasing a free version, and that free version might be better than the last free version. So it is good to have the universal bot text that you can use. I always like to let it know it did a good job. That's why I put, okay, that's great. The more input you give on its outputs, the better it understands how well it's doing. So once you have that in, simply hit enter. You may get an error like this. All you have to do is regenerate message. Sometimes those errors just keep coming up. In that case, you just have to keep refreshing. It gave me the full bot functionality, some Python code. I'm going to copy all this bot name and down, and then I'm going to go to a new window. Let's say I want to use this in just the general assistant. I believe the general assistant uses Anthropic. I find their tools to be pretty good. However, my favorite is the Claude 3 Sonnet of the free ones, but I'm going to see if it works in this assistant. All right, it read the code, it read the instructions, and now I have a bot that will help me out with creating church appeals. All it needs is the rough draft, and it will create a new version.
So what I would want to do in the future is just save this in a doc. I usually find it's the best if you're going to paste it into a notepad. To do that, if you have Windows, you would just go the Start menu, enter in Notepad, and then you have your Notepad app, and let's paste it in and save it. You can also use the free bot that we created in Poe. To access that, you simply just need to go to the second link here. Some tools allow you to create a bot. In that case, you would just go to create a bot and paste it in here. You have to choose your large language model that's based off of. If you have a free account, you have to choose one that's not a subscriber access. I usually default to Claude 3 Sonnet. I do find Anthropic's pretty nice, and Gemini 1.5 Flash is nice, but sometimes doesn't want to create as long of outputs for me, so I don't always use that one. Whatever one you like the most, simply select that, and then you would put your prompt into here, and then you have to give it a name, and you can choose all your settings. One of the things that's nice about creating a bot, let's say you have a knowledge base, you can include information about your specific church. You can add your knowledge to that resource. The bio, you don't really have to create it. It's just for if you want other people to see it and use it. And then you can create a bot right here. You make the bot accessible or private. You can get related bot recommendations, things of that sort. It also lets you monetize these. We don't monetize any of these. We like to create free resources for churches to help them on their mission. If you're going to go to the more advanced level, it is helpful to have a paid version. The gulf between the paid and free versions is widening. The paid and free versions work similarly. It's just that the processing and language model and capabilities are a little bit more expanded when you go to a paid model. That pretty much covers how to create a specialized bot or a specific task within your church.
Congratulations! You've just seen how easy it is to generate a first draft using AI. But before you share it with your congregation, take advantage of Vanco's new content editor, designed specifically for churches. This AI tool goes beyond simple grammar checks. It's trained on faith-based content, ensuring your message uses the language your members and guests expect. Get an instant grade on your content's effectiveness, plus receive targeted suggestions for improvement. Take your AI-generated content to the next level. Visit the link in the description to explore Vanco's content editor today.